homeowners are starting to think, actually, well, it's quiet, it dries my washing quicker, it's more energy efficient because it's faster to dry than the compressor. Actually, for most applications, I'll use dessicant. And that's why we find that 80% of our sales are now dessicant rather than compressor.
80% in England?
80% in England is dessicant. Whereas 10 years ago, it was 100% compressor. Things have changed and things have moved on. And so we sell a lot through to people who live in smaller properties, because if you live in a flat or an apartment, by definition it's not very big, so you can't get that far away from the dehumidifier. So you want something that's going to be as quiet as possible. And without too much effort, we're making far more noise than the dehumidifier is. You want something that can dry your washing for you, so you want something that can help you out there. And this has got its high-speed laundry mode. The air that comes out here upwards, so onto your clothes, is 10 to 12 degrees centigrade warmer than the air that's going in. So it dries the washing really, really fast, and it helps to warm the air as well within the flat. Because of this technique of not having a compressor, so we're using this dessicant, and the dessicant will last for 30 years. Other parts of the machine will fail first, not claiming it lasts 30 years, but you don't have to worry about renewing the dessicant. That's all part of the process that's happening here. Because of this warming effect, it makes it great in cold spaces. So if you've got a chalet maybe, which is unoccupied for long periods of time, or a garage with a nice car in it that you want to look after, or a workshop where maybe you do some hobby work, a boat, caravan, anything like that, something that's unheated, that's cold, the dessicant machine is the right one to use every time. It doesn't care about the cold, its performance stays the same, and it's specially designed for these applications. So the water can be drained away continuously. It comes with a little hose in the box. Water can just go away. If there's a power cut, it will turn back on once the power comes back on. So everything that's needed, all the detail that is required, has been ticked off to provide a solution to the problem. Even a little thing, we found, this was way back in the 90s, for boat owners. Put the dehumidifier on the boat. What was the one thing the boat owner rang us up and said, you've got to change this, and he was right. His boat was still on the water. He put the dehumidifier on the side, the boat rocked. We had casters on the dehumidifier, and it rolled off and landed on the floor. And he was right, so no casters.
No casters.
Because it doesn't need it. One finger. Well, the way these dehumidifiers work, like any dehumidifier, the air comes into the machine and over the filter. Now the filter is there as much to protect the dehumidifier as it is to clean the air, because a clean dehumidifier equals a long working life, and the dehumidifier will last so much longer. But obviously there's a benefit to us. So the air comes in, dust particles, etc. are trapped on the filter. Now on the DD8L and also on the 20L as well, which we haven't got on the table, but on the Meaco 20L as well, we have silver nano coated on the filter. Now silver nano is quite popular these days, and lots of products have got silver nano on, and the beauty of silver nano is it kills bacteria. Okay, so any nasty bacteria that's in the air comes into contact with the silver nano, it's going to die, and that's great, because that's where you want it, dying on the filter, not being inhaled. So the air comes through, and out the top, cleaner and without the bacteria. The ionizer, what an ionizer does is it emits 2.5 million negative ions out into the air continuously. Now what they're doing is opposites attract. Okay? So nasty things like dust and pollen and other particles, positive. The ions that come out of here, negative. They come together and they lock onto each other because the opposites attract. That makes them heavier. Because they're heavier, they either fall down to ground and you'll hoover them up, or they'll get sucked in to the back of the machine and the filter will capture them. But if they're heavier and they fall down to ground, then again you're not breathing them in. So it makes the air cleaner and it makes the air healthier. So not only do we dry the air, but on the 20L we have the silver nano, and on the DD8L we have both the ioniser and the silver nano to provide a much healthier living environment for us. And that's where we are now, providing a solution to the different applications. And this is why the DD8L, and I think you found here in Switzerland, is by far and away the most popular dehumidifier with our customers.